Goro again, but maybe more importantly, Nardo and Leto Bardato. And they have taken you to their castle on the dark mountain.
Well, we have taken them.
Or you, yes, yes.
Right.
Well, yes, there was a teleportation involved, so yes, I guess if you want to be specific, you
They
took
owe
them,
us.
and
They don't.
and after this very presentation of this very creepy place, you have basically established contact and have understood that Leto is a vampire, or at least has something of a vampire. She has the sharpened teeth, at least, of the vampire. You find yourself now, after walking, looking at the castle itself. There is a darkened thunderstorm above that creates this utter darkness that is only broken through streaks, almost constant streaks of lightning that hurl like a tornado in the sky, illuminating but at the same time warding off this area. You see in front of you, through these flashes of lightning and the constant boom of thunder, there are hundreds of creatures impaled upon spikes in front of the castle doors. The castle doors are enormous. At least... Oof, let me translate this quickly to feet. Feet to meters. Okay. At least 30 feet tall, which is around 10 meters. The castle seems to be created out of some sort of strange compound, a sort of metal and stone that has emerged, or rather ruptured, out of the earth. And all of these spikes do seem to be from that same sort of strangely volcanic material that the castle is made out of, as if the castle itself, maybe either upon its eruption or maybe as a sort of siphon, has struck these creatures from the earth itself as some sort of dark appendages, dark spikes. All of them have a name tag on them, and you see that they are, as you move past this walk, a walk that takes almost 10 to 15 minutes, where you are just in this forest of skeletons. You do see that even some of their clothes, their treasures, are still there. And you missed even recognize the treasures, or at least the robes, of the Yuan-Ti's diplomats, and very important ones, or more correctly, an ambassador from the Yuan-Tis. All of them have names upon them, and if not names, merely descriptions then. Leto and Nardo walk calmly through this place, through this graveyard.
Oh my,
Did
what
you-
shiny trees you're growing.
Narado responds, This is merely to ward off invaders.
Well, you do notice that you left the loot on them.
We do not need it.
You mind if I pluck some fruits?
I actually could use a lot of them, of the bones.
The loot stays. Leto kind of holds Narado's arm in an attempt to kind of calm him down, but also sort of assuage his concerns, and says, It is important that our would-be invaders know the caliber of some of the creatures that we've killed. We don't intend to just merely deny you gold.
Did I notice Mist looking at that Yuanti for a bit too long?
You are observant, and it would depend on Mist if Mist would focus on specific creature or not. There are, Mist, in here, even some armors and a tattered banner of one of the regiments of the Yuan-Ti's elite guard.
Is there any way I can tell if it was one I belonged to?
It was not the one you belong to, no.
Okay.
This seems to have been here for many decades. The banner strangely sort of only moving slowly, as if the banner itself has been tasked with, or has not really been allowed to billow in the wind.
Yeah, I would spend some time staring and looking at these Yuanti and their armors quite thoroughly.
So I understand it that you're saying they are on display and they need to be frightening, and if we were to go and look there, we shouldn't take anything that's decreasing their frighteningness.
That is our reasoning. Yes.
Fine.
That is very rational. I did the same thing with my honey stock.
Right. And I go and take Mist at the, like, I huck my arm in his arm and I walk towards the Yuanti thing and be like, go on ahead, we'll catch up with you.
Oh, I would love to take a minute and raise some corpses.
But then you would be removing them from display.
Yeah, no, that's just my wish. And I know I shouldn't do it because we are far away from what we are planning to do, so that is not gonna work.
Okay, alright. Do you want to make an investigation check, Mist?
I can help you with that. Take the magnifying glass.
I will actually... Yeah, why not?
Let's see, you look maybe this one? And I point at the one that looks the mightiest, like the ambassador that you described.
Hmm?
I think maybe we would have some orders or something. Well,
with a 16 in investigation, you don't really find any sort of orders or anything like that. It seems actually that the bodies have been looted. they have just been presented with their clothes. So there is a real how can I say this?
Like lots of jewelry and stuff, but not.
Yes. Basically, like the jewelry and such is there, but not actually anything that could tell you of any plans or intentions. The body has been sort of magically preserved. There is something about them that something about them, or perhaps their souls, that is still here. Though. So this serves not merely as a show of terror, serves as some sort of prison as well.
What? You've been staring at it quite a while and you haven't been saying anything.
I think they're trapped here.
Oh, so they're actually alive, like undead alive, but trapped?
Possibly.
It would make sense for necromancers to have this kind of defense, you know?
Oh, really? Let's see. Can I do a Arcana check? I don't have Roll20 online, but it's +10.
Sure, go ahead. Justin, do you want to take over on rolling for him, or
Yeah, gladly. Let's
Not sure.
fucking destroy Klaatu's luck.
And okay,
I should have
I'm
2 luck
guessing
points left, so you
I'm
can't
guessing-
ruin me.
right. I'm going to give edit and control also to Justin Mortimer. Okay, do you see the character?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What exactly do you want to do?
I would like to do an Arcana check to see if the bodies are still alive.
Okay.
I'm on it. Arcana, +10. Nice.
Okay. Do you... Wow.
Nice.
The
24,
bodies-
mate.
The bodies are not alive. The bodies are not alive, but there is something... There is some sort of magic that keeps them there. It seems to serve the purpose of being able to consult these souls if one would need to. And some of them have been consulted a lot more often. You can tell that there is a little bit, like a slight erosion of the soul, as if the consultations are not... It involves some sort of shredding of the soul, some sort of damage to it.
Feel any smarter now, Klaatu?
Yes.
Care to share it then? Oh, maybe not. Maybe we wait.
No, I will share it, but not right now.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. So it wasn't enough to just kill them.
No, it's more like an information station. They harvest their soul for information.
I can relate to that.
I guess.
Can I go up to the what I perceived to be the leader of these Yuan-Ti
Mhm.
and just take off the helmet that the leader is wearing.
Okay. You were told not to loot, but yes, you can take off the helmet. You can see it.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
It just has a normal skeleton. It doesn't react. I mean, I guess it's not really normal because it is a Yuan-Ti skeleton. Um, so you do see that it seems to be just a serpent-like normal. I'm not even sure how to properly describe this sort of biology, but the point is, it seems like a normal Yuan-Ti skeleton to you.
Okay, and I'll kind of lean in close and stare into the empty eye sockets.
Dude, this guy is looking all over us. Put that helmet back on.
And I'll
Okay.
take a moment and just kind of stare into the eye sockets for a moment.
There is no reaction.
Okay, well, I'll step back. I'll just spit on it. And then drop the helmet
Okay.
back on. And walk away.
Okay.
Alright.
Dramatic.
So let's have dinner.
Leto looks happy with this. Resolution says, yes, let's.
Presumably none of us are on the menu, right? How ridiculous would that be?
Please, you never do anything like that.
Inside check.
Go ahead. Mist is helping you with a very shy guidance.
Inside. 12.
Yeah.
Well, they have done this before. They have
Yeah.
have had people before. You can't really tell their intentions towards you, though their intentions towards Klaatu are generally positive.
Yeah, I just keep laughing long enough for everyone to understand that I know that they're like, you wouldn't, but you did.
They are they are unfazed. They don't really seem to care.
Mhm. That's what I thought. Yeah. I will guarantee, miss, that you will not enjoy the food served.
Though you do understand that there is a glance that Nardo and Leto share, but you can't really quite get what it means.
Nice. So, where have you met Klaatu?
We met in the ship. It was so long ago. I've almost forgotten the name of it.
And who was the captain?
Oh, the captain died quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
Quite a long time ago indeed. We have had our issues over who would be his successor, but that
Wait,
didn't really.
is the ship still here?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What did you ask?
Is the ship still here? Did it survive?
I believe no. It was mangled and destroyed pretty badly. Some some centuries ago. We are all survivors who washed ashore.
Okay.
What interest do you take on it?
Well, it would be sad for a ship to just lie around.
I've never been beyond the shores of this land. It might be interesting someday to do so. And my friends seem to represent this other place. Seems appropriate that traveling beyond these shores with them would be appropriate.
Leto responds, trust me, there is far much greater potential here than back in the human kingdoms, or even where we came from. I wouldn't worry about what you're missing.
Oh, that's exciting. What are you working on right now?
Yeah, I mostly work on my hounds, keeping them alive and generally taking care of them.
Oh, so you're into some sort of breeding thing. Or production.
I suppose you could call it that. I suppose.
It doesn't look like you just recently started doing it. There's a lot of them, isn't there?
Yes, well, these are my little children, my pets, and they love mommy so much, don't they? And they start again doing this imitation of a bark that is quite close. And because of your observant feet, recognize that there is a difference. There are different sorts of breeds here at play.
Oh yeah. You've really put a lot of thought into creating them. One can hear and notice. And you, Leto, do you have a project on your own?
This was Leto's response. Nardo is...
Oh yeah, sorry, Nard.
It's okay. Nardo is the other one. And Nardo says, I keep Goro in check, but other than that, I hunt for different sorts of leathers.
So, who's kept away by the barrier? Is it the gnolls you don't want to be interfered with, or?
We generally don't want to be interfered, period. We just have our home. There's a tension in the word home.
Tension?
A tension when he says the word home. As if something is not entirely settled.
Oh, you say that with a grudge. Why is that?
You hear this low, faint growl, but Leto, the wife, is the one who responds saying, some people, are harder to live with than others. We have been hen for quite some time.
Okay, I'm back.
Nice, mate. Justin is talking to them about what they're doing, what their passions are, and Nardo got a bit emotional about their home, and I've started to dig in.
Okay, cool.
And there's some tension inside the necromancers. I guess that's the reason why home is a bit
Yeah, we found
problematic.
out last session that there's some problems, right?
Yeah, but who was the guy?
We don't know yet.
Alright. Question, are we by now inside somewhere?
You are still just walking through this graveyard. I was just looking for this image, and I am having a difficulty finding it. 1 second, I need to.
No worries. I tried to throw the ball to Klaatu in the conversation. I'll be like, our friend here has spent years on keeping the skeletons of former companions with them. And made a home for himself too, which is now gone. So I guess
Yes,
no
yes.
home is ever safe, is it, Klaatu?
Oh no, never. But my dear bar, perhaps in Vanuta, still stands. I don't know. That would be gorgeous. I would love to be there again. Perhaps I would teleport there at one time, but well, if it isn't there, I don't want to feel what's happening when I teleport on the wrong place.
But you should remember the street it was in as well, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm already this far that my mind palace is not just my bar, but also the surroundings. But well, I have to train it a little bit more.
Curious. Curious.
Yes, it is. And it took a lot of time to learn that. And more effort than I could think I would do for something. Normally I'm more like doing nothing and get everything in the hope. But I really worked hard for get what I have now. The knowledge and, well, the power to mend reality. To bring back death and death. And, you know, I think you feel the same in some ways.
Nardo responds with a very sarcastic, terrifying.
No, I'm not terrifying. No, but thanks, Nardo. I appreciate the creepy compliment of yours.
Well, just a few months ago, you could have easily hung him beside any one of those, and you wouldn't have been able to tell a difference, and that's very
Yeah,
terrifying.
that's right. I look much too squishy and nice now. I should blend in, and I snap my fingers and be my old self. And now I do the voice again.
Where's your second token?
There's no need to.
There's multi-sided token.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it on.
I have it. Nice.
Ah, you have it? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. It says. There's no need. You come. I mean, you appear in the form that is most comfortable for you. If this is it, then, well. Then this is it. But you don't need to. You understand,
that's all right.
Justin, you understand, Justin, that there is a certain amount of almost denial in her voice, in her way of responding towards Klaatu.
Like she don't want me to be this form?
Like she doesn't.
Or doesn't
Mm,
approve
Make
to it?
make an insight check.
Yeah,
You
I
want
would
further
do so.
clarification.
It's +1 or +0?
Yeah, Justin, could you make an insight check? I suppose you can do it with advantage because Justin is also there, probably wanting to. Okay, right.
Yeah,
The-
missed also.
the 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 denial is more on admitting that they and you are dead.
Hmm. So, yeah, I still change to my skeleton form and say, oh, actually, form is not something I. Well, otherwise, wait. I overcome form and metamorphosis. So, my general form, how I want to look and how I feel, how I am, is not any certain. So I can be whatever I want, and well, as I was for a long time a dead person, I'm now again a living person, but with the power to be whatever I want. And I snap my finger and be an Ara Kokra, and I snap my finger again and be an Yuan-Ti, and I snap my finger again and be Morty Bellany. In the mid-20s, as they would know me.
These sorts of transformations, are they illusions or are they real transformations?
No, they are illusions. They are many masks, a mask of many faces. So they
Yeah,
are
I
not.
just needed to clarify if it was some sort of like polymorph spell or if it is actually an illusion.
No, it's just an.
Nardo says, whatever your form, you still are the same.
Yeah, kinda.
Come, Leto. She lingers, looking at Klaatu for a moment, then Mist. Her eyes shine this bright blue. And it is a brightness, a sort of life in her eyes that is a bit unexpected in this dark place.
Oh,
She moves forward. The door, massive. The door is enormous, and it is carved with stories of different
Oh, nice.
creatures and different creatures and different entities that these people have bested. And you find also that in this image, in the doors themselves are the dwindling numbers until the last panel just shows. Well, not the last one, but the last two panels just show these 10 that are there.
that is very interesting. If I would have time, I would do an investigation check, or I will remember that and do it in the night or so,
Okay.
because I want to hear the story of my fellow comrades, what happened to them. And
By
I'm
what,
going to
by what
Peter
number
after
did
this.
the third board to the second and last one drop?
There are 8 total. And it does start with what seems to be a ship. So it starts with the beginning of their travel and fighting always and constantly these sorts of monsters. It is not always easy to understand, but it is by the 8th panel there are only 10, and in the last panel is the emergence, the creation of the
Of the castle.
yes.
But is there like a significant number, like difference between the portrayed people? Like before they became just the 10, were there like 20 or 30?
Oh, there were like 100.
Alright, nice.
It was like this whole. It was this whole crew basically, and they all just dwindled until there were only these 10 left. You are met at the door by these creatures, armored
Okay, and
creatures that are lit by a strange form of candle where a normal head would be. There is a curious morphness, almost a fluidity to the metal around their strange heads, or their strange candle heads. They pull the door open, and it moves almost by its own, like a gaping mouth. And a rush of air, and a gust of air rushes into the castle.
No.
On the outside of the castle, and as you approach and find it more clearly, beyond this platform, or beyond this almost garden of these dead, this wicked cemetery, there is again a distance that is completely barren. And what you can see, like, there is nothing, there is only dirt, stone, glass, and metal on the ground itself. And this proceeds for about 100 feet. 100 feet to 150 feet. And from there, you actually get a proper look at the castle itself, and above this towering doorway, the castle stands almost infinitely high, almost up as if it were to go directly into the sky. But you understand, Justin, that there is a mix of an illusion to this effect. As if
Very
it is
good
purposefully
defenses.
there to intimidate people who have passed these natural, quote-unquote, natural intimidation of the dead. The castle moves. Its rooms, its towers, seem to move from one place to another, almost at will. And this is not actually an illusion. The illusion is that the castle is one, but the castle isn't. Or it doesn't really quite seem to be. There are some incredibly powerful magics holding this place. And you find that as the doors open, Justin, you can do an Arcana check to
Let's
see
go.
if you can understand what is happening.
16.
Okay, all right. I will give you the advantage because of Klaatu.
23.
23 then. Oh, wow, 23. With a 23, you find that you are entering a demiplane. This castle has been created and constructed, and it exists within a sort of portal to a different plane. And as you enter,
No.
Sorry?
I go. Stop, everyone. Stop, everyone. I mean, it's a very good defense here with the illusion of the tower going as high and the second defense line where you can shoot people from all sides. Alright, I get it. But do you really want to step into a demiplane right now? Yeah, I mean, that's...
You can see clearly ahead of you as the doors open. There are perhaps hundreds of these candle armors just waiting for you as sort of servants, naturally illuminating the entry to the castle. The entry and even the paths within the castle, serving both as guards and illumination. but there is clearly to you this thin sheet that separates this plane from the other.
You know what I mean?
I would go for that hunt. I don't want to see it. Also, I can learn from it. But I can do this that I'm talking about today. Share information and spells. Oh, I would love that.
Actually, you're very quiet. You need to get closer to your microphone, mate.
Okay, like this.
Closer.
And close, of course. That's like in my mouth.
Did you mess with your...
Yeah, I would check.
I look at Leto and what's his name, Ramon Navarro.
So Leto and Nardo, they just go in to the... They just go in and through. There is no separation. It is as... There is no point at which they stop appearing. They just go in, but you know that they are going into a different plane.
Yeah. With my detect magic, I guess if I get closer and closer, I can feel where the moment is that we pass.
Yes. Yes, the moment is exactly linked to the midpoint of the doors.
Yeah. So I mean, we want to have dinner with them, of course, but just so you know, because they didn't told us that we're going into a demi-plane. So I guess if they want us to stay, they just shut off the exit, and then we have to stay. Or we think that we get back and step through and we land in hell.
I would risk it.
You can't teleport us away from there, you know?
Well, there are other means to go back, and I think I can work around it, perhaps.
Alright.
I'm really keen to see. I'm just very curious. If you don't feel like it, we should stop here and rest and like get us back. But at some point, I will go. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we've come so far, it does make sense to go in. I just wanted to give everyone that information.
You find that from within, you hear the sounds of barking. And Miro recognizes this as closer, and they actually sound alive. You find various creatures that rush quickly towards Leto. And she approaches them and hugs them. Each of these creatures, a strange form of mix of a monstrosity and a fiend, is a pretty large two-headed dog. The heads clearly held together, and through some quick looks you find that there is stitching done on most of these. The other ones, the more skeleton-like dogs, they stay outside, not entering the plane. And as Leto enters and hugs these dogs, calling them very affectionately, like my puppies, and hugging them and being licked by them and all of that, the others just disband and return back into the dead forest. Even this skeletal spider takes a bow, not even being noticed by Leto, but still takes a bow and returns, almost skittering back into the darkness.
So yeah, be brave, Cloud. Be the first. I start pushing him towards the portal.
Yeah, I go.
Okay, you go in. You don't notice or feel any sort of effect. You have just passed through a door. And within, you find that the place seems to have actually almost greatly expanded. As if this castle, or almost palace now, or almost city perhaps in its size, was not large enough.
Guys,
The
I'm
entry
very
hall.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have to stop here. I have just 2% of accu left, and I forgot my cable to recharge. So I'm sorry. I have to stop here and keep my last bits.
All right, okay, go.
No worry.
Go then.
Let's. Shall we just quickly reschedule then?
Yeah. How about next week? Any day I have free. So
All right, you can go off now.
I see.
Don't worry.
Good.
Okay.
We'll write it in the chat.
Yeah.
Woo. I guess today's one of those days.
Yeah.
Ah.
Do we continue and hope for Ryza and Oraba? Or would you rather stop here? Because I have interactions for Mist and even for Justin, but so we could continue like that.
What do you say, Jeff?
Jeff is silent.
Damn it. Sorry. I was muted. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Klaatu and Justin and just keep watching because I don't like this place, and yeah.
Yeah, but now it's just the two of us, so would you like to keep playing or should we postpone? Or like rather stop here and reschedule. Find a date between the three of us.
Yeah, we should probably wait for others because we're now missing 3 people, and that seems weird to go
Yeah,
on.
even if there would be like interactions for only us, it would be still sad for the others to miss them.
Yeah.
Then we'd be like, we got these awesome informations from them, and now we have to repeat them to you guys. Was an awesome scene. Let's make those memories together if we can.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go another time. I don't know, next Wednesday, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, we all step through the portal. Bam. Let's confront the others about that.
All right.
Would be a good place to cut.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll cut here then.
But we can still get the privilege of choosing the date next week and have the others respond.
True. Wednesday. What do you think?
Next week, Wednesday. The 7th. Yeah, can do.
Why don't we take a list of days you guys are available instead of just choosing one?
Yeah. Okay. For me, I am not available Monday.
Same for me. I can't do Monday, and I
definitely
can't do Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, so we have Wednesday and Thursday, it seems.
Effectively Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Last resort is Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay.
the 7th or the 8th of April, right?
Wednesday's the 6th.
No. Yeah, 6th and 7th.
Yeah, 6 and 7. Okay. So, yeah, okay, we'll stop here and the descriptions will get less creepy and more monumental, but the whole place is not really supposed to be up